I am a puppeteer, and first I was really wondering why I would be invited to have, what do I have to say about puppetry here? But then I realized that music is really, for me, a big part of, well, I mean, it's something I could not live without when I do works. So when I started to do puppetry like 35 years ago, there was no way to study puppetry here in Quebec, and it was very classical, like I did start to work with kids with those kinds of puppets, you know. So I studied in visual art because I was really interested into la matière, the material, you know, I was really inspired by that, also by visual art and composition, visual composition. And then after I studied in theater, because I was also interested in performance, you know. But at that time they would say, oh no, we're not sure we could accept you in theater because you're not clear about what your discipline is, you know. But for me, puppetry, it's really what I like in this discipline. And I say discipline a lot because that's the one that inspires me a lot. Is that for me it's really an interdisciplinary act by art, or act by itself. So I did quit school because I did work for TV, for puppet TV shows, you know. So, and then I was really impressed by this idea that everybody was working for a little square, you know, when you work in a TV studio or in a movie studio, you know, everybody there is like, okay, hanging cables and all that, and then you have the camera carrier, and at that time, you know, the camera was big like this, you know, and all of us puppeteers were like working literally under the table, you know, and you know, working the puppet like this. But the camera was just fixed on this little square, you know, but for me, the most fascinating part of it was all what was around it, you know, how it's made, you know. And I'm also fascinated by shadow theater since a long while. And one of the story of the shadow theater is that at the origin, you know, in Indonesia, the idea of the shadow theater was that the screen was the universe, and the shadow and the puppeteer was the one who would bring the gods through life, you know, through the universe, so on the screen, you know. So, and in China, they would put women and kids in front of the screen, and they would put men behind the screen with the puppeteers. So men would see at the same time the puppeteer, so the process, they would see the fire, they would see the silhouette, they would see the screen. So they would see the whole process of making the gods happening, you know. So this would presume that the man would have a higher level of consciousness because they saw how the images were done. So, and this for me, in 21st century, as a puppeteer, is very important because I'm working with, many people are working with numeric images, and I really love to make the images live, so people know how this is done, and because I do it since many years, so I've developed many tricks as well, so I could work shadows with different ways to sculpt the light and all that, you know. But I'm really proud to do it live, you know, instead of doing it electronically. So first I did work lab. So for me, when I worked for TV, I thought, okay, this is great. And I think everything, my discipline is really telling me how to work with the other disciplines. So for me, the idea as a puppeteer, there's this idea of the manipulator and the manipulation. So for me, the camera was, or manipulating a camera, for me, is manipulating the eye of the audience, you know. So for me, it's my medium that gives me somehow another way to see the other mediums. Same thing as, for me, the first language of the puppet is not words. I don't work with many words. It's not my... I'm not really a fan of theater and drama and all this, you know. For me, the best language for puppetry, or image, or object, is the sound that it produces itself. So I could show you some of the things I'm not. It's all in disorder because I'm so passionate about this medium. Yeah, well, how much time do I still have?
You have 10 minutes.
All right. Okay. So, okay. Okay, one of the projects I'm working on now is with the artist Marcelle Hudon, who is making orchestra his way to move its percussion or sound frequencies. So let's say that I have a speaker and I play with low frequencies that you cannot hear. When you put very low frequencies in a speaker, you can see it move, you know. So this is the mother of, for Maxime, he works with musical instruments for that. So he has a whole partition with sound frequencies that he gives to the speakers, and then to those speakers are attached little percussion or things like that. It's an old friend of mine, and together we did work. Once he told me, Marcelle, can you make a puppet move without touching it? No, I manipulator, you know. But then I did really liked it, so with Maxime we did puppets that are moved by sound frequencies. Okay, I should need this in the speakers. So, this is the... So this was a performance we did, like Maxime and I did the puppets and what is the frequency that works well with it, and then you readjust the springs, you know, for the movement. The lights as well are also there's a partition for the lights as well, you know, because as I told you initially, shadow theater, you know, they were working with lights that are alive, you know, when you have a flame, and this is what gives breath to the puppet, as we call. And then after, in shadow theater, we changed. We worked with lights that were artificial, you know, electric, so it's fixed lights. So then, you know, beginning, the silhouette were really close to the screen, you know. But then because the light did evolve, we had halogen that did allow us to have this kind of perspective when we work in shadow as well. So that's why for this, I really came back to the origin of puppetry for me, which is something like we have those kind of gods, you know, we have this light that is, there is something a bit tribal, you know, in it. And also, as I told you, for me, the first language of the puppet, it's its own material. Like, if I would work with a puppet that is made out of metal, you know, I would not make it speak. I don't like to give words to puppet. I don't like to. This is my style. But for me, the sound, for example, of a metal puppet, it's its own language, and it becomes very strong. And the sound itself and the material itself means something. A puppet that is made out of paper doesn't mean the same thing that a puppet that is made out of metal. And then I'll just show you, I still have 4 minutes. I did work also with Jean-Jacques Lemaitre, who is a music composer. He did work with 1,500 different language that's come all over the world. And I was invited to illustrate his orchestra in the great dome in Montreal, you know. And this is where I feel very proud that when I work with those space, you know, when I work with live video, with only little paper things. And I'm so proud when I have those geeks, technicians, I'm sorry to say that, but I'm so. And you just pass, you know, this big dome, huh? It's 280 degrees, you know, round. So you just take a black paper and you put it over it, and then suddenly you're in the black. But if you do it digitally, you know, then you have renders and hours of renders, you know.
Sabu-sabu sabidon.
In the 21st century. And someone was saying that, what was it? That it's the roots of the arts instead of the leaves. In my case, really, it's my own. I'm not interdisciplinaire. I think I'm very, you know, it's my own discipline that really brings me to work with other disciplines in a different